Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for attending our webinar today. My name is Mehmet Ali Akarca, and I'm the chairperson of DEİK Türkiye-UAE Business Council. I would like to welcome you all to our Introduction to Food Sector in UAE webinar. It is our honor to host such distinguished guests from UAE. In our panel, we are joined by Mr. Abdul Wahid, Secretary General of UAE F&B Business Group, Mr. Salih Luta, Chairman of UAE Manufacturers Business Group, and last but not least, Mr. Arda Tokbaş, Vice Chairperson of the Türkiye-United Arab Emirates Business Council. I'm sure they will introduce themselves in turn far more successfully than I can ever do. I would like to thank you all once again for dedicating this time to us. We are grateful for your kind assistance and all the help and insightful information that you will be sharing with us today. I'll briefly explain about DEİK. DEİK is the Foreign Economic Relations Board, Turkey's window to the world. It's a voluntary-based organization aiming at strengthening the Turkish private sector since 1985. So it's been a long-established institution doing great work and supported by several other NGOs. We have a key focus on business diplomacy. DEİK has been working on developing foreign economic relations of Turkey's private sector, seeking both foreign and domestic investment opportunities and enhancing bilateral trade between Turkey and its potential partners. Talking about the partners, the UAE is one of our biggest trading partners. Before handing off the discussion to my dear friend Arda, I would like to dwell briefly about Türkiye-UAE Business Council. I have the privilege acting as the chairperson for this term. DEİK is an extensive business platform that brings together all the various colors of Turkey's private sector. That means that we have members from diverse industries, food being one of them. As the Business Council, our aim is to increase the trade between our countries by enabling what we call the business diplomacy. We publish monthly newsletters to our members outlining the latest developments affecting the business community. We assist organizations on both sides in respect to their specific needs. We organize industry-specific trips to UAE, for example, which not only introduce the Emirati companies, but also enable the commerce by conducting B2B meetings. Naturally, we also provide assistance to similar events organized by our counterparts in UAE, meaning the delegations that visit Turkey. In simple terms, our aim is to enable and form a bridge between the two business communities. It is for this reason that we wanted to explore the ever-important food sector in UAE. With the upcoming Gulf Food Fair, the largest food and beverage trade fair in the Middle East, we wanted to give a flair to the food sector. There will be a large number of Turkish food companies attending Gulf Food. So what better way to learn about the food sector than hearing from the pioneers in this domain? Therefore, I believe it's time for me to pass the ball to my vice chairperson and dear friend Arda. Please, Arda, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, dear Mehmet Ali. Thanks a lot. Today is actually, another interesting meeting for me. That I'm attending with my two different hats. Indeed, I'm the vice president of UAE and Türkiye Business Council under DEİK, and at the same time, I'm a board member at UAE F&B Manufacturing Business Group. Today, I'm really honored to have both of my chairpersons in this webinar, and I believe this webinar is gonna be hopefully is gonna be very insightful, informative, and as well as enlightening for all our attendees today. As Mehmet Ali said, prior to the Gulf Food, which is going to happen next week with the 30th anniversary, actually, quite spatial Gulf Food is upcoming, is ahead of us, and before I just, give the floor to Saleh and, Vahid, just a little bit, talk about Saleh. Saleh is, first of all, dear friend to me, uh, whom I've known for the past 25 years. And if I remember correct, Saleh visited Turkey first time with me. Uh, I don't know if I remember correct, but he's gonna tell us about it. UAE, as you know, one of the most important food and beverage markets in the region, with its growing population, with its tourism potential. UAE F&B sector, in terms of value, reached 28 billion US dollars in 2024. But more interesting is the growth rate. So in the next coming 5 years, the expected average growth rate per year, compound average, is 17%, which is going to take the total trade to 45 billion US dollars in 2029. UAE is a very strategic location, not with only, as an attractive potential marketplace, but also as a strategic hub for re-exports and a strategic hub in terms of logistics and supply chain. As you all know, SPA agreement. SPA is the Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between Turkey and the UAE. It was signed by the end of 2023, which really helped, grow the foreign trade volume between our countries. But in addition to Turkey, at the moment, UAE has got 24, free trade agreements. So which means 24 countries that you can reach and access from the UAE easily. And this is UAE's vision, to be honest. I mean, to to to to promote, borderless trade, borderless foreign trade globally. Uh, at the same time, it's a little bit, sophisticated market. Competition is really fierce here. You can see all the global, giants, brands and products, companies all around the UAE. It's a very interesting retail market. I'm sure, my colleague, the Secretary General of UAE F&B Business Group, is going to talk about it, but it's very much modern trade driven. If I talk about the retail market, very much modern trade driven. And across the region, I think UAE is the leading country where you can see quite high volume of e-commerce as far as, food is concerned. Uh, at the same time, the HoReCa business is quite potentially attractive. Uh, in addition to that, what I can say is, there is the National Food Security Strategy 2051. That's the mission of the UAE government, where they aim to, increase the food security and the self-sufficiency of, various food products, and attract foreign direct investment, FDI, to come and manufacture in the UAE. So just before I finish my words, this is our, I think, the first webinar, sectoral, webinar that we arrange between UAE and Turkey. We did before a visit with the digital and technology, the sector, our members from that sector, and hopefully after this webinar, after Ramadan, maybe before the summer comes, I'm happy to inform you that we will try to arrange uh, a very high-profile delegation, food and beverage business delegation from the UAE to visit Turkey, so that we can take our today's discussion all together, forward. Uh, Let me pass it to my dear friend Saleh, and I hope, by the way, at the end of the session, at the end of the webinar, there will be Q&A session. So all your questions, all your, comments will be very welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Arda, for a great introductory. Actually, it's an honor to be with you today in this webinar. Arda is like a brother. We've been knowing each other for the last 25 years. Yes, it was one of our first trips to Turkey. But by the way, I do have a house in Turkey. Turkey is very close to my heart. I come to Turkey almost twice or three times every year. And this being maybe for the last, I would say maybe 10 years or so. So I do understand the potential Turkey have when it comes for food. How much of that potential we've been able to tap? I think we are still way far from the full potential of what Turkey can do to solve the big challenge we have when it comes for food security. From agriculture to manufacturing to trade, technologies. I think Alhamdulillah, we have one of the best times now in terms of the relationship between Turkey and UAE. There is a lot of investments in the banking and the financial sector already took place. So if you ask me as Saleh, yes, the potential is huge. And if there is someone to be blamed, it would be me and Arda. Really not to take this to the next step. Arda sit with us in the board of the Food and Beverage Group. So he have double agent job here. And I lead the Food and Beverage Group. So I do really want this relationship to go to the next level. Having this webinar today, it's a great opportunity for us to set a roadmap in how we will really develop this relationship to make it a very strong tie in all aspects: farming, agriculture, trade, manufacturing, technology, when it comes for the food and beverage industry. So as I said, food is extremely important for the UAE government and for us. Dubai, UAE play a major role for the whole GCC because of Gulf food, because of the 200 nationality we have in the UAE, because of what Arda was saying, all the SIBA agreement, which give you a good potential to go internationally in an easy way. My advice, and let us take this opportunity and focus on what can we do to this important sector for the government. In terms of the global future food event we do, I would encourage that we have to put it, Wahid, immediately in the calendar of this year. When can we really do it in Turkey? The other thing, we have an important event besides Gulf Food, which is the Food Security Summit, which will take place in beginning of October. Turkey is a major player. It's a major player to act in really working with the UAE government and how can we really solve the challenge of the food security globally, not even only in our regions. Looking forward to see the roadmap and the activity calendar. And from my side, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that create this partnership between UAE and Dubai with the potential we have with our partner in Turkey, inshallah.
Thank you very much, Salih. Please don't blame me, and also my, business council can blame me also. I can be in the middle. I can be a scapegoat here, but no, use me as a catalyst, to push the business, to improve the business between our two countries, two brother countries. Salih is one of the most humble friends that I have. He didn't introduce himself. He is the founding chairman of UAE Food and Business Manufacturing Group, which is about 13 years old now. It was established 2012. At the same time, he is also the chairman of Luta Holding in his own business capacity. And he is the president of Harvard Business School GCC Club. I mean, this is, I should add this one. And just recently, he's been appointed by the Ministry of Economy of the UAE as the chairman of the National Food Cluster Board, which is a very strategic board actually. Wahid was very much involved in developing this food cluster initiative. I'm sure he's going to mention about it. And also outside the UAE, Salih is also the chairman of International Islamic Food Processing Association. Salih, is there any other thing that I missed?
Well, I think these are the ones. But in the end of the day, if you see it all are there, it's really talking about food sector in a bigger picture. How can we really utilize it?
Yes, Wahid, floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Arda, and thank you, Mr. Saleh and Ms. Mohammed for the introduction. My job in the next 20, 30 minutes would be to give you some data and depth to the context that has been set. So I will, with your permission, I'm going to share a slide. My presentation is in two parts on how the industry body like yours is functioning, what are our initiatives, and how we try and connect all the dots. And we being a smaller country, we are able to do things faster, and how we have matured and how we are willing to share and connect with the global community on the food ecosystem. And the second part will be a detailed report on the data side of it. How much is the market size? What is the trends happening? And how you can sort of seek opportunities into this market. And then we are available having a separate office in the Etihad Museum during Gulf Food. We all like to welcome all of you to come and use our premises and office. Like it's a museum where you can have your meetings, you can come for seminars and during Gulf Food. So I expect most of you to come during Gulf Food here, and I hope my presentation helps you make the visit more fruitful. So Food and Beverage Business Group, yeah. So the first thing is we have been conducting Future Food and Knowledge Network conference for the past 4-5 years. And during COVID, we had the digital version of it. We bring together the leaders from every quarter and try to discuss the subject from the industry perspective, people from UAE regulatories. And this is a forum where we sort of exchange ideas. Through this knowledge network, we have created policies, and we have driven change, and all this information is available on all these seminars are available on YouTube. Our channel is called FBMG TV, Food and Beverage Manufacturing Group TV, and if you go back, you will see around 5-6 years of seminars. Listening to them is itself good for you to actually understand context, all CEOs speaking. We have also progressing into a new way of weighing. We believe that data is very important, and therefore 7 years back we tried to assemble data and share the data in an accelerated manner. We collected data from the ecosystem players on market information, and we tried to catalyze the information. We released this as an annual report, and I have passed on this year's annual report to you. Even the other annual reports and industry reports are available on the UAE Food platform. I can give you a download code and you can actually download it. These are very valuable reports where I'm using industry bodies to do like Nelson to collect this information. This will give you an introductory to understand how to enter the market. But you will have to do your homework to read the right report. It's all available for you. As we build, we are in association with the digital core, means all the things that we do have been highly digitalized. So like the seminars are on the YouTube, the reports are on online, we have websites, we have talent hunt. So all these services are put under one common window called UAE Food platform. So you can manage these services, including we have a virtual office where you can click in and come and meet our office in Zoom. So that is how we function. One of the things that we are doing now is to actually sort of move it to the next level. As you know that there is a new medium in the horizon, which is the metaverse. So we have ported our UAE food platform into the metaverse. So we are creating a virtual space where companies can experiment and demonstrate their product and create a metaverse presence. This is a forward-looking initiative that we have. We launched it in the last Future Food, and in the coming months, many companies from UAE will have virtual presence. You will be able to interact with the next generation, the Gen Z and Gen Alpha, to go through this and prepare the change that is required to sort of, like you were earlier advertising in newspapers, then it came on to TV, then it came down to YouTube, now TikTok, and now the new medium is metaverse. It is maybe we are not sort of familiar, but once you start immersing in it, you will be addictive on this, and there will be a newcomer. So we do this. We are willing to share these practices and also include you in the foodverse. We feel that it will be a global event. Also, the data is available, and this can be shared on the site. As we mentioned to you, because of our collective work as an association, we were able to accelerate the partnership beyond the manufacturing into the food ecosystem. So we worked with the ministry, or ministry wanted to increase the GDP contribution of the food sector. So they believe that they have to empower the food industry and create an industry-dependent body and consult them before they drive the strategy. And that is called a cluster strategy. They focused on food, aerospace, knowledge. There are a few sectors that they've identified. And in order to accelerate the sector, we have been an active member. So we are bringing in the ports, the free zones, everybody together. All of us are working together to accelerate the sector. So this is the cluster strategy. We try to start positioning ourselves as a UAE first pavilion. So slowly, we are trying to keep ourselves more visible through events and showcases where we are all collaborated under one umbrella. So this is during the Abu Dhabi food exhibition, we had a pavilion for UAE first. And this, if Gulf Food is an exhibition for you to expose your company to the global environment, Abu Dhabi food exhibition is the window to UAE. If you want to enter UAE, if you want to partner with companies in UAE, if you want to, it's more like a niche, smaller Gulf Food, but very focused around investors and food security partnership. So we are a core enabler of that. We run the food security conference as part of it. In food security conference, we are trying to leverage UAE's soft power as a global in order to drive food security. So countries like Turkey, India, Qatar, other people will collaborate together to support each other in projects that support the food security strategy. So again, the cluster strategy, and again, we talked about our ability to bring the ecosystem together and hold meaningful conversations and initiatives to support the system gave us the opportunity to transfer this knowledge into a bigger environment where under OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries, 56 countries, some of them have signed, or most of them have signed the IOFS treaty, which is International Organization, Islamic Organization for Food Security, which is headquartered in Kazakhstan. And it has got, that is a G2G body that talks to each country to increase inter-Islamic country trade, which is now only about 4%. And the Islamic country, inter-Islamic countries has to increase, and they want to drive that to support food security. There are food producing countries and also food consuming countries in Africa as well. So net exporters are there, and like Kazakhstan is an exporter, Turkey is an exporter, Pakistan, other countries. We are trying to create a collaboration. The idea was to bring a collaboration. The initiative was under OIC, and the private arm of IOFS is called IFPA, International Islamic Food Processing Association, which is typically the food association of all the countries together. And we are trying to develop this synergy between all the food companies. We would like to encourage all the Turkish companies to be participants of the IFPA, where we actually try to enable a connect to all the Islamic countries. and we can catalyze this. And IFPA uses the Global Food Security Summit as its base, and we are trying to reach out to Africa and other places. So these are avenues by which we also try a lot to actually drive emiratization. There is within the country in UAE, it's important that we give employment to the nationals and make sure that they are part of the national development. So one of the things that we do is we upskill the nationals and try to make sure that they have an increased participation. And at the same time, we are now working closely with the education institutions and schools to increase the knowledge transfer from the industry to the education institutions so that students and the young generation find an interest to work in the food sector and progressively contribute to the food sector by working in the food sector, doing research in the food sector, at the same time have a positive perception about the food sector. It is not enough just the normal marketing when we expose us. So this is something that we do on the Ishrak program. As I mentioned to you, we annually we bring together all our knowledge which comes to the conference and release reports. These reports are available. This is a look of the report. It gives you a very high level view of what is the size of the market, what is the present trends, who is actually dominating. Is it the multinational companies growing now or lower companies going now? It doesn't have SKU level or category subcategory level expansion details. Those are details that you have to yourself procure from either Nelson or somebody. But we present this data as a startup point, and all these reports are available we will make it accessible to the members of Turkish Council so that our information exchange is balanced so that we all can take decisions faster. So this is a strategy summary of the country on how the country wanted to focus on, UAE wanted to focus on. So looking into these reports, you will get to understand where is the business opportunity that you can possibly collaborate. You have to do your homework of reading it and understanding it and then ask the questions, and we will connect with the right people and we create the exchange. So these are some excerpts from the report. I have passed on the report for this year to be sent in advance so that you might have got a copy. If you read through it, it gives you basic understanding of the overall thing. But, might be you want to ask questions. We are here to answer questions later on all part. These are excerpts from that report that I have actually got. So this is this year's report. I hope all of you have received this report. We also have a Saudi Arabia report, because last year we did the UAE report, and this year, because Saudi Arabia is the biggest market that we want to attack from here, so we have also mapped the Saudi Arabia report, which will be released during Gulf Food. So to summarize my overall first introduction of the group, these are the programs that we run. We run the UAE First program. Reach is to promote UAE products. What matters is like seminars like this. Digital Connect is we use technology to do. Regulatory meeting is we have a set of people working from the regulatory affairs from every company come together and they work to understand what's the regulation that needs to be changed, or if a regulation is actually having a problem, we work with them. So Abu Dhabi is bringing Nutrimark, healthy labeling, all these things get discussed and there goes as mechanism is there. We release industry reports, Tribo, and zero food waste is reduction of food waste. And other initiatives are energy efficiency. We have a very aggressive poultry improvement initiative, food bank, and Wafa. So this is in summary about the association. Can I move on to the actual data? Mr. Arda, am I okay so far? Was it the speed was okay?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you,
so
Mike. Yes, you can
now
go
this
ahead.
is hard data. Okay. And this data is not mine data. This is a data from the measurement people, the people who have shared this data. So you can see that in the last year, UAE and Saudi Arabia data, or even Turkey is not here. Okay. UAE and Saudi Arabia, how it is growing. So you can see by way of value, UAE is growing at 3.5%. Saudi Arabia is growing at 1.7%. And the recent trends show that it has been growing further. So if you see the volume growth is all 1.4% in UAE, which means that is the price increase that is actually driving growth in the UAE market. So now this is an overview of the UAE food sector. Now, UAE food sector measurement on the retail is around 6.8 billion. Okay, this consists of the retail measurement that's happening across all the A, B, C, and D class. So the hypermarkets consisting of around 60% of the total sales in retail. It's highly, and these are the different baskets. The dairy basket has been growing at 5.3%, out of which due to price increase has been 2.5%, volume increase has to by 2.7%. So ambient food has been growing at 2.7%. The prices have dropped in the ambient present, but there's been a volume increase in ambient temperature. That's in UAE. Similarly, beverages have grown at 5.5%. And again, there has been a volume increase, but a price drop in the last year. Snacking has grown at 4.1%, and this is and the volume growth has been due to volume 2.3%, and price increase has been frozen food and bakery and baby food. So this is, and you can see the value of the size of the market. And if you want to see the total universe, which is including the hotel and Horeca, you add 40% on top of this. This is for the retail direct market. If you add 40% on top of this, you will get the total market of UAE in terms of food. Okay. Now, the growth has been not in the top 5 categories. The smaller categories are, smaller brands are growing, either local or new entrants has been growing. So there has been this top 31 to 100 only shows that new entrants are playing a major role and private label is playing a major role. This could be because the people are very sensitive to price and people are going for brands outside. That is why there is a growth difference in the private labels and this thing in UAE. This is an insight to be taken. Now, I have just because I had Saudi Arabia in my hand, I put Saudi Arabia also for your knowledge. I am not representing Saudi Arabia, but this is again a possible market for you. And Saudi Arabia market relatively is around 19.2 billion. And the growth is also depicted here. This is already available for you in the reports that I've shared, or I'll be sharing this report as well. So beverages sector, again, growth in each of these sectors, and where it's been volume growth or price growth can be seen on this. And you can see the segments on this. In our detailed report, you will be able to see further categorization of subcategories within this report, which is available to you in the detailed report. So again, in this market, if you see the top 5 has been growing in Saudi Arabia, and the private labels have been growing enormously. So you can see that private labels are making headway there, and there it's not like the scenario that the top the new entrants or the lower players are having a market share increase. The growth has been for the top 5 market. Now, Mr. Arda also mentioned that this is the overall growth of the market and in terms of e-commerce. So Mr. Arda mentioned that e-commerce has been as an important player. You can see UAE has been very dominant, and Saudi Arabia also has been, UAE have been growing at 32%, just below Romania, who's the other one who's growing at a faster rate. So you can see that if you're entering Dubai now, apart from the hypermarkets, now the online channels are also important access for you to do this. Of course, getting yourself listed and awareness, you need to align with the distributor strategy or direct sales strategy, whatever strategy you take based on your own business. So again, this is the growth pattern of the e-commerce. So you can see that in UAE, the e-commerce has been doing very good or has been growing very fast, and Saudi Arabia relatively has been growing, but not as fast as UAE. Saudi Arabia, please consider it as a benchmark for this presentation. In terms of consumer perception, what Nelson is saying is the choices, why they would actually do it. Of course, money, their pocket share, there has been a lot of inflationary pressure. So what matters in terms of price is important. geopolitical conflicts are also playing a role, but there is family health and well-being is also is considered very much, and the cost of health also, this is high price. This is like a questionnaire they ask, what is the most important priority for you when you choose a product? This is the answering order that they have given. This gives you an idea on what is the sort of consumer behavior in this country. Again, you can see that there has been a focus on fresh products and for health and wellness products. So this is again a trend of, this is from a questionnaire where they are asked, are you ready to spend on this area? So you can see health and wellness seems to be a high priority. So this is a signal to you that health and wellness products could have a better market share, better possibility of success in this market if you engage. So again, in the health and wellness holistic, what are the claims that they've been put on? So these are some of the claims that healthy supplements are there, free from preservatives, are natural ingredients, supports immunity, and made of 100% organic. These has been the top claims in KSA, and the top 5 claims in 2023 for UAE has been again natural ingredients similar to this, fiber, healthy, providing a balance of taste and healthy. So you can see that taste is more important here, and supports, they are more aware. UAE is more healthier, more aware on this market, and they are also very taste. They will subscribe to only taste, good sensory products. Again, these are examples of brands that have done well in this area as per Nelson. And these are some of the brands that have done well. This is also available on the report to understand, to give you a benchmark on what are the products that have really done well in Saudi Arabia and UAE market. Now, coming back to a section as page 17 of a report shows that DP World has reported that companies coming here, are successful in distribution and exports. There are companies that are re-exporting from here. The companies that are in distribution are successful packaging. These are the type of companies that are sugar. We have one of the largest sugar producers. So these are the sort of companies that have set up shop in the free zone. So if you're planning to invest in UAE, these are the companies, that type of companies that are present in the UAE free zone, especially Jebel Ali free zone. In UAE, okay, let me give you a little bit. I'll close this and of course this is an indication on there is a heavy growth on the fresh fruit and vegetable market as well. It has been growing at a healthy rate, and this is also part of the report that has been shared, page number 18. So this is in summary of a report that give you a very high level snapshot. Deep dive, you can do it at your pace. Our resources are open to you. Let me give you an overview about the country itself. I don't know that's important, or Mr. Adarsh, shall I go and give them an idea about the country itself as UAE?
Of course, yes, yes,
Yes.
please.
As a country, we consist of 7 emirates, okay? And Abu Dhabi and Dubai and Sharjah are the dominant emirates. Abu Dhabi by land space is actually around about 70% of UAE. Dubai and Sharjah comes next to it. Population-wise, the total population of UAE is around 11 million. Around 4 million will be in Abu Dhabi. Around 4 to 5 will be in Dubai, and the rest will be in other emirates. Abu Dhabi has a major role in investments. It does invest in other countries, and it actually is driving and supporting food security. In terms of compliance, the regulatory thing in terms of setting of rules is done at a federal level, but the inspections and compliance is done at a local level. So you might face a little bit of problem across emirates. Not problem, but there might be differences in the emirate, but there's no border, but sometimes the requirements are a little bit different. We are trying as an association to try to harmonize the whole place. It is important to understand, and since we are signing CEPA agreements, competition is heavy, and therefore a lot of people come in. Also, this is an opportunity to stock here and re-export. During COVID, one of the biggest advantages was that this country did not have a problem because it was a home base for many re-exporters, and therefore food was here. And so long as ports are open, we will be able to assure food security in this area. And there's a lot of work going around ensuring food security by ensuring products are there. And there is a heavy focus on healthy, trying to get the new products like meatless protein and things like that into the market. So this is in summary about the overall summary. I hope this was useful. If there is any doubt, I will be more than happy to answer.
Why, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, it was very valuable, insightful presentation with facts and figures also about the UAE and as well as the Saudi Arabia market. I mean, knowing that, how expensive, how costly to conduct this kind of, consumer research, market research, especially with Nielsen. And you're so generous to share, such reports with the members of our UAE and Turkey Business Council. It's priceless. I mean, this is really, we appreciate that. Thank you very much. I believe, I mean, maybe Mehmet Ali and Salih, maybe you can also make some comments, and then we can start the Q&A session.
Salih, please.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. I would recommend and encourage the companies to be part of our food and beverage group. To register, this will give them access to really valuable information. As Arda says, this information is very valuable, especially for people who is interested and planning to expand and grow his business to not only UAE, to the GCC. Because just giving you a hint, GCC in terms of suppliers, in terms of retailers, in terms of even traders, they are one. They are the same company who have a presence. You take Carrefour, they are across the whole GCC. You take Lulu, they are across the GCC. All the major players have offices and operate in all the GCC the same language, same trader, same supplier. So to some extent, it is one. And UAE being the gate for the whole market through Gulf Food and through all the other initiatives the UAE is taking. But as I said, I encourage one to register as a member for the food and beverage group and participate in all the activities. Through that, we will have great opportunity to really take this relationship to a real partnership base.
Thank you very much. I think I agree with what you say. I think there's a great potential for the Turkish companies to invest and to collaborate with the UAE partners. I mean, it's pretty amazing when you say that you have SPAs with 24 countries. I think this is something that the Turkish business environment is realizing just now, because it's a tremendous opportunity, especially with the food, which is highly regulated, to make trades. So I think it will be really nice to explore that even further. Then we can take it to outside. We know from diverse contacts that the logistics industry in UAE and also in Turkey is quite developed. So there's a good potential for trade, for doing something together and bringing more value. Arda, by the way, as you're here, and I mean, you shared your two hats on NGOs, but I think you have a very valuable information regarding a Turkish company investing in UAE and also expanding out of UAE to the Gulf. I think it would be very nice for us to hear about that, because some of our members, maybe they don't know the story, or we have guest attendees, or anyone who will see the webinar in the future will also understand that. So you have been humble also. So I will encourage you to be more open about the Pinar's story there. I mean, your successes, the hurdles, and your recommendations basically to the business community, because you have two hats and you've been there for a long time. So you're the best advisor for us.
Italy, thank you. Thanks for your kind words. But I believe, we need another webinar.
Yeah, of
When I
course.
start, talking about my journey of the past 25 years, it's a long journey. And but as if yesterday, I just look back, and then it's just in a couple of words. I mean, yes, I set up the business for Yaşar Group here, who owns Pinar brand, one of the most well-known food and beverage brands from Turkey. And thanks to the vision of our, the founder of the group, our late honorary chairman, Mr. Selçuk Yaşar, he believed that, definitely, he believes in the branding and brand building. And even 25 years ago, he knew that it would not be, possible from Turkey itself, or with a, remote control. So he said at that time, we have to have a local presence. So that's how I moved to Dubai 25 years ago. It was only me and my luggage, actually. It's like, you can just visualize in a movie. But today we are almost 100 people, with a local production, with the cheese processing factory located in Abu Dhabi, in Khalifa industrial zone in Abu Dhabi, which is one of the largest industrial zones in the world, to be honest. And attached to this, another big port of the UAE. There is big Jebel Ali port, and if you drive 30 minutes, you're gonna be able to find another giant seaport here, which is Khalifa Port. Yes, my humble advice to Turkish companies is basically to develop their brands, because that's what our country and our export business needs. We should have not maybe global brands in the beginning, but maybe some certain markets that we can target, certain regions that we can target, and then grow slowly. And it's a long journey. We need to be patient, and we need to invest. It's like an investment in a factory, or in a property. Maybe it's not tangible, but investment in your brand is so valuable that maybe you're gonna give in the beginning, but then you're gonna be able to collect the fruits in the future. That's quite important. Our factory, our investment in the UAE, by the way, it is 100% owned by Yaşar Group. It's one of the subsidiaries of Yaşar Group, actually. Why I'm saying this? Because now, since 2 years ago, UAE government allowed the foreign companies to establish their companies with 100% ownership, which was a kind of milestone in the development of economy in the UAE. So either in the free zone or in the mainland, outside the free zone, you can own 100%, of your business. I think maybe in the future we can arrange another session that I can talk more about our journey here, the challenges, ups ups and downs. It was a long journey, as I said. At the same time, let me why it mentioned about Abu Dhabi Food Exhibition, which is also very important. When is it going to be in 2025? December or November?
October. October ends.
October. Okay. Okay. I think they are just, making it a little bit, earlier than the end of the year every year. So this is more local and regional exhibition, as Wade said, where you can find, maybe local business partners, investors. So I also highly recommend, all of our food manufacturers and exporters from Turkey to exhibit or at least, visit this exhibition. Gulf food, as we all know, has become very much international and has become uh, the biggest, the largest food exhibition in the world. But you might know actually, but I would like to mention that that's quite interesting. Last year, I think there were about 5,500 exhibitors. It's quite a big number in Gulf food. But don't think that, this is the demand for Gulf food. I know that, another thousands of companies are in the waiting list. So next year, uh, what Gulf Food organizer is doing, World Trade Center, they're going to expand the exhibition. They're going to expand their venue. So next year, hopefully, it's going to be held in two different venues. One of them is the existing one, World Trade Center, and the other one is Dubai Expo City. So I believe 5,500 exhibitors might be doubled in 2016, in 2026. Sorry.
That's going to be incredible.
Yes, I think maybe it's the time to receive some questions, if there is any.
We haven't received any questions on the chat side.
The chat side, I saw that Wait already shared. Yes, the links actually to access yes the YouTube channel and Wait, I think you are sharing this one, right?
Yeah. I'm just showing the metaverse just for you to understand what is a metaverse. So this is like a virtual reality space that we go into. So it's like your virtual office, where when you wear in your office, when you wear the goggles, you will be, like you will have a balcony office here without it, and you can come in and you can see some of this is like done as a prototype. You can have you can come in and so this can be used to like reach out to people and show your products and try to create an experience out of this. Imagine it's like a PowerPoint presentation. Your products are displayed. You can teleport yourself to your factory. When you click here, you can see a 3D into your factory. So this is the sort of technology that is coming in, and we have invested in this, and our companies will be on this, and we are open to actually creating spaces for Turkey companies as well.
Wait, there's a very good question about the UAE's strategic role in logistics and supply chain.
Yeah.
Maybe you can read the question and try to
Considering
give your answer.
UAE, I'm reading the question. Considering UAE's strategic role as a logistics hub for the region, what key factors should we consider when establishing a robust supply chain and local distribution network for products in the GCC? Are specific logistical challenges and opportunities that companies should be aware about? So, I'll answer this now verbally, and then I will, yeah, okay. So what I want to say is that UAE is positioned itself as an enabler, and therefore it has got many ports which is offering this logistical support, both in terms of space, third-party logistics, ease of entry, and even Kizad is offering a number of privileges for people to come on top of it. I feel there are not challenges, but you have to really evaluate your strategy against the opportunities that are coming here. and all these places will be willing to give you opportunity to enter here. You can also partner with third-party logistics player where you don't have to invest. You can use their facilities to do distribution or re-export. When coming into UAE, you should not look at UAE alone. You should use UAE as a hub to export to other markets, trying to do some level of value addition here and making it an export hub from here. Give your experience in both Turkish and UAE food sector. What synergies and collaboration opportunity do you foresee that could benefit companies operating across these markets? Additionally, what potential obstacles may you see when integrating operations between Turkey and border of GCC? Mr. Arda, you would be able to explain that if you want, or I can say from my perspective, but you are the person who have set up a company, so therefore you are
You
more.
can go ahead, Wahid, and then I will
Go ahead,
add.
Wahid, and I will add my own comments.
So see, one of the points that Mr. Arda mentioned is building your brand is very good. You might be very successful brand in Turkey. There is an opportunity to redo the brand or re-customize the brand for global presence. So this is an opportunity. I see a synergy of, like Master Saleh say, that many good products coming to UAE and being exposed globally. And now with the very sensitive geopolitical situation, the customer choices are also coming into more local and more national, and the consumer is very demanding, very health conscious. So healthy products, products specific to niche markets, people are willing to pay. So these are the sort of synergies that I see. In terms of collaboration, there is a lot of installed capacity in UAE. You can look for private label manufacturing in the existing manufacturing facilities. So that's a good opportunity. And use this as so there could be many companies already set up who is not running full capacity. That's a possible synergy that I can see. Of course, a lot of knowledge that you have in terms of your experience in doing value addition in Turkey and being closer, you can shift it to either, if not UAE, to other markets through UAE. And this is where the Abu Dhabi Global Food Security Summit is good for you. And you can, UAE Turkish Business Council can use that exhibition as their home base to sort of drive the synergy and request the manufacturers to bring the countries that you want there to really partner with. If Gulf Food is more like a trade show, Abu Dhabi event should be more positioned as a partnership show. So obstacle-wise, Dubai, UAE is very high on its compliance aspects. There is huge number of regulation. They try to over-regulate sometimes or try to be very forward-looking and very aggressive, which might not be very, very attractive for companies to do different types of labelings and healthy. These are the challenges. The main barrier I see is that the retailers having a lot of power, so they will not allow entry into unless they get some profits or huge investment. These are areas that we are fighting to reduce. But with the e-commerce market playing a role, that is also direct to customer is also a good channel. And I feel there's a lot of transition coming in with metaverse and other things coming in. Consumer is more aware about healthy, and they're asking a lot of questions. So therefore, these are all things that you have to consider. Integrating operations is your baby.
Thank you very much, Wade. I mean, your answer is you've almost covered everything. But what I can just add maybe here, UAE and Turkey are not in competition as far as the food business is concerned. I mean, there is a big synergy. They complement each other. Turkey is another strategic location, geopolitically, and UAE is another strategic location, strategic hub, where you can, reach out totally different markets. And I can see that, some UAE distributors, are looking at, distribution business in Turkey. Some UAE companies are looking at, production in Turkey. And also what I can say is that, and knowing that, Turkish food industry manufacturing is more advanced than UAE. UAE needs, us UAEs are, Turkish food industry, food manufacturers mainly, to bring their experiences, their know-how to, to the UAE and to this part of the world. This is also UAE's vision. Made in the UAE is very important, and there are quite number of incentives and kind of subsidies in order to attract investors to set up manufacturing plants here. And another thing that UAE and Turkey can collaborate is the technology side. Food tech, agri-tech. I'm sure there would be very, very effective partnerships between the countries and between the companies. And in short, I can say, both countries, both, sectors can, take the best practices from each other. And I can see that, because with two hats I wear, I can see that, there are different best practices in the UAE and there are different ones in Turkey. So I think that's going to be a big opportunity to collaborate between the countries.
I think to what you said, Arda, I totally agree with you that we don't have any competition. We don't have the same advancement when it comes for agriculture like what Turkey has. We don't have the resources which Turkey has. We see actually Turkey as an exporter for us, exporter of resources, exporter of knowledge, exporter of experience into the food sector. No doubt UAE becoming the hub, mainly Dubai when it comes for trade. Most of the African trades take place from UAE, from Dubai mainly, the re-export. It's a big business. A lot of companies come to Dubai because they see and they are interested into the African market. This is one thing. So I think for companies, if they want to be part of the big pictures in terms of network, in terms of being closer to what's happening in terms of technologies, traders, pricing. I think in Dubai, we've been able to create an ecosystem where you have the financials, you have the big players, you have the exhibitions, you have the global companies. All of them see Dubai as their center for the whole region. And it's a very important region and growing regions, not only a region which stands still, it's a region which is continuously growing. Like now, we have the government summit. I was there just 2 hours ago. You have the whole global coming and attending, and there is a great example of partnership between government and private. This is, you don't see it other places because Dubai and UAE being accepted globally that it's a good platform for even conflicts to come and enemies to sit and discuss openly, and they have the trust that UAE is the right place for them to have constructive, I would say, dialogue. So this is one thing, and the other things is really creating a win-win scenario where we become a good example of the food cluster, which you refer to, Arda. The UAE government giving, I don't want to call it a free hand, but they're giving them a big room for the private sector to excel. This is the revolutionary approach that we see it right now. I really see it as a revolutionary approach, where the government wants the private sector to self-manage their sector. Government will not be interfering much. They want the ecosystems to find solutions and how to sustain and grow the sector. Retailer to sit with manufacturer, logistic to sit, creating harmony between all the Emirates. That I'm very sure with this direction the government is taking, the food sector will go to a next level. This is, I can see it happening. Not because of us, actually because of the amount of knowledge in this city. Our job, how can we leverage this knowledge? Because they 200 nationalities. Taste-wise, you have all the taste. Experience-wise, you have all the experience. Preferences, technology, everything is here. Our job and how can we leverage this to make it work?
Before Mehmet closing marks, actually, let me just, I need to mention, because you mentioned about ecosystem, which reminded me food business, food F&B business is beyond food. And especially, taking into consideration that UAE government is promoting local production, local manufacturing, then, Turkish, I don't know, machinery producers, processing machinery, I don't know, packaging machinery. Definitely, they should be involved here. They should be involved in the progress of UAE's local food production, raw material suppliers, ingredient suppliers, packaging. It's maybe they should come and invest here as well. And then, as I said, beyond food, these secondary industries are very important and crucial to the development of the food business. So I think everybody here should be solution provider, as you said, Saleh, because at the end of the day, we are one, and we are working, in this win-win business model. And I'm sure all of us, are gonna achieve good results altogether.
Okay, gentlemen, this is a great and very important subject, food. We only try to give some flavor to our members. Thank you very much for your extremely valuable inputs and insights. I don't want to take any more of your time. So we're already 10 minutes past 1 hour or so. Thank you very much once again for your extremely valuable contribution. If there's more demands, we'll get questions from the attendees and we'll try to answer them afterwards. And hopefully you will get to meet some people from Turkey during these two events. And inshallah, we'll see you in Turkey. We would like to host you here and organize a good program for your delegation so that we can actually take this to the next level.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.